This video take you to the requirements of conduct of clinical trial in India according to Chapter 5 of New Drugs and Clinical Trials Rules, 2019.
Chapter 5 of New Drugs and Clinical Trials Rules, 2019 contains two parts. Part A provides the rules for clinical trials of new drugs and investigation of new drugs, and Part B is about bioavailability and bioequivalence study. What is clinical trial? A systematic study of new drug or investigational new drug in human subjects to generate data for discovering the safety, efficacy or tolerance of such new drug or investigational new drug. What is the requirements to conduct clinical trial in India? This Chapter 5 provides the requirements from Rule number 19 to 30 to conduct the clinical trial. This rule speaks about the following. Clinical trial of new drug or investigational new drug. Oversight of clinical trial site. Application for permission to conduct clinical trial. Grant of permission to conduct clinical trial. Permission to conduct clinical trial of a new drug or investigational new drug as part of discovery, research and manufacture in India. Permission to conduct clinical trial of a new drug already approved outside India. Conditions of permission. Validity period of permission. Post-trial access of investigational new drug or new drug. Academic clinical trial. Inspection of premises relating to clinical trial. Suspension or cancellation of permission. We will go through the important rules one by one. No person or institution or organization shall conduct clinical trial of a new drug or investigational new drug, except in accordance with the permission granted by the Central Licensing Authority, and without the protocol thereof having been approved by the Registered Ethics Committee. The work of every clinical trial site shall be overseen by a Registered Ethics Committee, before initiation and throughout the duration of the conduct of such trial. Any person or institution or organization which intends to conduct clinical trial of a new drug or an investigational new drug shall make an application to the Central Licensing Authority duly filled in Form CT04 as per the documents specified in 2nd Schedule and fees specified in 6th Schedule. If satisfied, CLA may grant registration in Form CT6. If not satisfied, shall reject the application. The decision shall be taken within 90 working days. If any rectifiable deficiencies in the application and the same shall be intimated to the applicant. Where the deficiency is rectified within a period specified by CLA and if satisfied, CLA may grant registration. If not satisfied, shall reject the application within 90 working days from the documents furnished. This rules made special provisions for Indian drugs. According to the rules, in case of the drug is discovered in India, or research and development of the drug are being done in India and also the drug is proposed to be manufactured and marketed in India, the decision on applications shall be taken within 30 working days. Where no communication received from CLA within the set period, the permission to conduct clinical trial shall be deemed to have been granted by the CLA. In such a case, the applicant shall inform the CLA in Form CT4A before initiating the clinical trial. In case of rejection, the applicant may request the Central Licensing Authority to reconsider the application within a period of 60 working days from the date of rejection of the application on payment of fee as specified in the 6th Schedule and submission of required information and documents. An applicant who is aggrieved by the decision of the Central Licensing Authority may file an appeal before the central government in the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare within 45 days from the date of receipt of such decision, and that government may, after such inquiry, and after giving an opportunity of being heard to the appellant, dispose of the appeal within a period of 60 working days. The conditions of permission are specified in relation to Ethics Committee approval, information required to be submitted to CLA, serious adverse events, Open for inspection by officers of the CLA. Permission to import or manufacture for sale or for distribution of new drug in India. Registration of the laboratory. Trial-specific conditions and data integrity. The permission to initiate clinical trial granted under Rule 22 in Form CT6 or automatic approval under Rule 23 in Form CT4A shall remain valid for a period of 2 years from the date of its issue, unless extended by the Central Licensing Authority. Where any investigator of a clinical trial of investigational new drug or new drug has recommended post-trial access of the said drug after completion of clinical trial to any trial subject and the same has been approved by the Ethics Committee, post-trial access shall be provided by the sponsor of such clinical trial to the trial subject free of cost, if no alternative therapy is available and the investigational new drug or new drug has been found to be beneficial to the trial subject by the investigator. The sponsor shall have no liability for post-trial use of investigational new drug or new drug. No permission for conducting an academic clinical trial shall be required for any drug from the Central Licensing Authority. Inspection of premises relating to clinical trial. The person or the institution shall allow any officer authorized by the Central Licensing Authority, who may, if considered necessary, be accompanied by an officer authorized by the State Licensing Authority, to enter the premises and clinical trial site with or without prior notice to inspect, search or seize any record, statistical result, document, investigational drug and other related material, and reply to queries raised by the inspecting authority in relation to conduct of such clinical trial. Where fails to comply with any provision of the Act and these rules, the CLA may, after giving an opportunity to show cause and after affording an opportunity of being heard, by an order in writing, take one or more of the following actions: issue warning, reject the results of clinical trial, suspend for appropriate period, or cancel the permission, debar the investigator, or the sponsor including his representatives to conduct any clinical trial in future for appropriate period. In such a case, they may file an appeal to the central government within a period of 60 working days. If you have any queries, please mail to farmerbells@gmail.com. Subscribe to Farmer Bells to get all the posts.